And we're still kicking it here on the last day of FISE Montpellier, part of the FISE World Series here in the south of France. This is gonna be our penultimate broadcast. Today, we're gonna be showcasing you the World Skate Scootering Pro Tour Men's Park competition. We're gonna be checking out the finals in a couple minutes of time. My name is your general host, Egon, and I'm being joined today by my good friend, Benjamin Friand.
Nice to meet you, Egan. Yeah, we're really looking forward to see the big finals today in Montpellier. The sun is there, so it's going to be really exciting.
Okay,
and yeah, we've seen already some crazy tricks during the trainings, during the qualifications, and looking forward to the finals.
Now you can get involved in all the FISE social media. Let us know what you think about the riding. Let us know what you think about FISE, and show some love for your favorite riders. So as riders are setting up on the Hurricane Park's course here for this final, we're gonna have a look at the park. Benjamin, what can you say about this park in general?
It's quite actually a new park. I've heard from some of the riders that it's probably the best park made for scootering. We got quite a new features, quite a few new features in the skate park. We have two huge spines that are quite dangerous. We're going to see a lot of very crazy tricks on this today. There's a pyramid, as we can see here, so street tricks possible to do as well. We got a weird rail on the wall that we have, like a rainbow ledge that I haven't seen anyone take yet. So hopefully we'll see someone hit that in the finals. With a big curved wall, which is also very interesting to see. We don't really see that in scooter competitions. So yeah, I've seen a few riders during the trainings hit that, so expect something crazy during the finals.
So we have a lot of unique features on this Hurricane Park's course. I'm definitely looking forward for the rainbow rail that we were talking about. Actually, we have two. We have one on the spine section, and then that one rainbow rail on the wall next to that curved wall ride. Must be insane to see a rider perform a wall ride on that one, and that can let him stand out from the rest of the competition. Now for this competition format, each rider is gonna get 40 seconds per run. They're gonna get 2 runs each, and just like in any other final that you've seen so far, it's gonna be the best run that counts.
2 runs, 45 seconds each.
Yeah, so it's riders are going to want to perform quite good in the first run, but land a safe run, which makes it safe for the rest of the competition. Then they can take more risk during the second run. And this is when the big tricks are probably going to go down.
Now, you've been a judge yourself, Benjamin. Like, how hard is it to judge a scooter competition?
It's not easy, I can tell you. It's really difficult. There's so many criteria that are in count that, for example, originality is one of my favorites. This is my kind of my motto as a scooter rider. But we got like risk factor as well, and of course, like the run has to be flawless, and yeah, there's quite a few factors.
And now for that judging, we have this expert judging panel. Some of the colleagues of Benjamin up in the booth.
We got Danny Roberts. I've judged with him quite a while. We got Cameron Ward, which is a pro rider, also from the US. We got Sophie. Sophie is from Finland. Maxim Buzid, which is he's a French straight rider, quite known here. Then we got Harry from the UK and Roman from Paul from Spain.
So riders from all over the world, not only competing but also judging on this last day of FISE Montpellier 2024. Now let's take a look at the highlights. So Benjamin, what did we see in qualifying and semifinals?
So yeah, pretty big tricks. Like we got here, like a roll into backflip. It goes so fast. Those are some of the crazy tricks that we've seen during the qualifications, and they've held back. So expect a lot more now. Now we got Timon from Montpellier.
Now we're gonna head to the course and check on the scooter MC if he still has a voice left after 5 days of FISE.
We are back here at the Freestyle Park in beautiful Montpellier. Are you here for the Riders Montpellier? We got the finalists with us right now. There's 10 of them. They're right here. We're going to introduce every single one of them right now from the UK. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Calum Connor.
Yes.
Local champion from Montpellier, Timon Pharabod.
Timon from Montpellier, he's an insane rider. He's very appreciated here, so yeah, he's gonna do some crazy tricks for us today.
And here we have another star right here, also from Montpellier. Round of applause for Esteban Clot.
Esteban as well. I'm pretty sure if you're from France, he's you know him for sure. Internationally as well, he's been doing very good at competition so far.
Toronto's finest from Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Nicholas Nelson.
Nicholas is quite young, but he's been doing really great at competitions the past years.
Arnold Schwarzenegger on the scooter, the Terminator right here from Estonia. Give it up for Roomet Saalik.
You never know what to expect from him, but be sure.
That's quite the nickname already, the Terminator.
Terminator.
Another child from Montpellier with the craziest tricks. Give it up for Fantin Pharabod.
It's really interesting. We got two brothers actually in this competition. Fantin is Timon's little brother. Also in the finals.
Ladies and gentlemen from the UK, the double rotation master right here. Give it up for Jamie Hall.
Double flip man. He always does some double flips during his runs. Pretty sure we're gonna see one today.
First timer here and made it out to top 3 in the semifinals from the USA, Nils Qvarford.
I believe it's Nils' first time at FISE, so, and it already qualified quite good.
From Leicestershire in the UK, no one's ready for what's about to go down with him. You have Jayden Sharman. And ladies and gentlemen, this man doesn't need any introduction. Here every year, always on the podium, internationally known and in other galaxies. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Jayden Clark.
Jayden Clark, 5 times world champion. Yeah, I think we don't need any comments on this.
Let me remind you of the format real quick for these finals. 2 runs, 45 seconds each.
Now, if you were watching on Friday evening as well, the spine ramp finals, you're going to see a lot of familiar names on that start list as well. 6 out of these riders also competed in that spine ramp final, including Calum Connor, who got the bronze medal.
It's interesting to say that Calum is actually riding now with a cast.
Yeah, I saw that as well while I was announcing with Ryan Williams. He had a cast on. Do we know why?
I think he sprained his wrist. I'm not sure. I haven't asked him yet, but yeah, to stabilize it, probably had a cast. Still quite surprising to have a rider riding with a cast.
I mean, that's quite a risk you're taking. And look at that. We got the perfect temperature for riding, not too much wind,
which is good. Yeah, headwind can be sometimes very tough to get some speed to go on big jumps like this. Yeah.
I mean, we've been talking to some of the skaters, the BMX riders, parkour guys, like every sport that is here at FISE, and everyone's been saying this might be the best FISE that we've ever had so far.
I kind of agree with that. Yeah, I've been to the FISE for, I don't know, like 7 or 6 years, no more, 8 years. And this has been definitely probably one of the best, yeah, if not the best so far.
And there we have our first batch, our first group of riders.
DJ Miss Lee up in the building just for us.
And then our top qualified riders in heat number 2.
The riders are ready.
Including the spine mini ramp silver medalist Jordan Clark. But first up, it's that spine mini ramp bronze medalist Calum Connor.
So now we can see his cast.
So get ready as we drop in.
And he's going really big on the spine already with a huge 360 combo. Going with the front bri on the transition. And oh my God, cash roll backwards on the box, which is quite difficult and tricky. Much harder than going forward on it. And double ill whip, kick, double tail whip. Oh my God, 360 backflip tail whip on the fun box. Takes the step down, kickless, double tail whip, some small tricks to keep the run full. Oh my God, 720 front flip. He got this first try as well. I know he did this as a best trick on the spine the other day.
Like, he is hyped himself as well. He was not expecting to land that 720 front flip.
That's a perfect run. Oh, that might put some pressure on the other competitors right now.
I mean, that's a way to kick off a contest.
This is probably the best thing that can happen to him. Like, first run, so strong. It's always tough to go first, especially in finals, and he did extremely well. It's going to be tough for the judges to set let's say a base run.
Well, let's see what happened here. All the action from Calum Connor.
Big front bri. There's the 360 backflip, cased a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. And that is the front flip 720. Huge buttercup on the quarter pipe. Yeah, we can see how happy he is, huh? That was a crazy, crazy run.
Now, Benjamin, you mentioned a buttercup. Like, what kind of trick is a buttercup?
A buttercup is we call that overheads. It's a scooter flip and with 2 tail whips, and it's very complicated to explain how to do this, but it looks like a nunchaku. Kind of.
Like the ninja stars that you're throwing, or like
exactly.
Ninja sticks? Okay.
Exactly. And somehow it comes back under your feet.
So 3 tail whips and it goes overhead.
Yeah, 2 tail whips and it goes overhead, yeah.
Okay. Now up to the first of the 2 brothers, Pharabod. They're from Montpellier. They're gonna have that home turf advantage.
Yeah, you can hear the crowd cheering for him. And he's dropping in straight to the, oh my God, backflip finger whip, so smooth on the spine. I don't know how many kicklesses that was, probably 3 kickless or 4 on 360 on the box. Taking the step down backwards is really, really tricky. And doing a tricks on it is even crazier. Bars, I believe it was bar twist kickless or bar spin kickless. Oh my God, 540 flare. Bar spin backflip. Here's the first straight trick that we saw so far in the competition. Very original as well. This little handplant on the cupping. And double inward. Followed by a feeble heel whip out. And that was a perfect run as well.
They have some heavy hitters here in Montpellier.
I would hate to be the judge right now.
That's why we got you in the booth to tell people more about this sport, about all the unique tricks that are happening.
This is amazing. Scootering to me is a mix, and not just to me, but it is a mix between skateboarding and BMX. You find a lot of the tricks. There you can see finger whip, backflip, perfectly into the transition, followed by the 360. 3 kickless. Everything is so smooth and so clean. He's got these tricks on lock every time. Yeah, crazy run.
And he was going so fast. I saw that he was even readjusting his knee pad as he was rolling to the next obstacle.
There's no time to waste. Yeah, 40 seconds is a short time, but still it's extremely exhausting.
And he scores at 89.04 for Timon Pharabod, his first run.
Stunning. Oh, I've just seen Connor's actually, Calum's rank, it's 91 already for a first run. I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's insane. Breaking the 90-point barrier after the first rider.
It's crazy.
And
that's how good the run was.
That's how crazy FISE can get.
Yeah.
It's the last day. We're going all in. We're pushing the turbo button. We're putting on the hot sauce.
Now we got Esteban. Esteban getting ready. Dropping from the fence to get more speed.
Is the fence made for dropping in from?
Not really. But if you can use it, use it. Oh, there you can see, we couldn't see from this angle, but he went from one spine to the other. Right on the step, a huge flare on the quarter pipe. Cash run down the step down. That's so crazy. I think people can't realize how dangerous that actually is. Front flip, front right. So crazy. He does a rotation and the scooter does also a rotation. That makes 2 rotations for the scooter total. Alley-oop flare, bar spin, flared eel whip. Now he's going probably on the ledge. Woo, rolling backflip out. Crazy run again. It's so crazy to have 3 perfect runs for the finals as their first run.
And as you can see, these are the best scooter riders in the world competing here at FISE Montpellier.
And we got 3 French boys in the finals.
You just said that a casual is an insanely difficult trick. You said that the step down is a dangerous spot to do a trick, and he combined those?
He combined those, yeah. He's got them so good, he can just do them pretty much anywhere. But doing them down something is really tricky. A lot of face plants happened during this week at that specific spot.
Is that because you can't see where you're going?
First, you can't, yeah, exactly. You can't see where you're going. You have to know it perfectly. Ah, there we can see the flip out. Not even for a quarter, from a quarter pipe, crazy. Yeah, you can't see the landing. So that makes it very tricky. So and you're basically falling down.
You're just jumping blind.
Exactly. But these riders are really trained. 88.60 for Esteban Clot.
Now we're going all across the ocean to Canada, to Nicholas Nelson.
And going from the fence as well. There we can see he did the transfer with a big trick, bar spin, double whip. Huge front right from one quarter to another. 360 up that spine is really tricky. And he continues. Nice. Scooter flip over the spine and he takes the wall ride. You see how satisfying that is? No-hander, that's a trick that BMX invented, that we also do. And 720 tail whip, sorry. Oh my god! Wall ride, scooter flip out, right flip out. That's a solid first run.
What we saw with Nicholas, he was doing a lot of unique lines. He was the first rider to ride the whole wall ride, the whole curvature of it.
Yeah. It's very original. That's what, as a judge, we're also looking for. We're looking for people that think outside the box, and he's been the only one so far that's been hitting the wall like this. So he's definitely going to get extra points for this.
And then he did the wall ride over the rainbow rail and pulling a trick out of it as well.
Yeah. This is, I mean, just taking it straight is already difficult, but taking it from one layer, you can see it, one to another, adds a lot more difficulty. And then transitioning from the fun box to the step up.
That's a big gap.
That's a huge gap, yeah. And there we see the wall ride. Wonderful.
Like just the sound as he was going around that wall.
Yeah.
It sounded like a roller coaster.
It does. 720 tail whip. He makes it so effortless as well.
Beautiful people here with insane riders. Now we got the score.
85.7. That's a solid first run. Now he needs to improve a little bit on his second.
All right, we're gonna call the Terminator.
The Terminator is there now. Roomet Saalik.
the high north in Estonia.
He's one of the riders I like to watch the most. He does the craziest trick possible. There he goes from one quarter to another with a big flare. Oh, he grinded the rainbow rail. Whip out as well. 360 double tail whip no-hander. Alley-oop board slide. Straight to the rail. Oh! Spin on that super weird looking rail.
The wobbly rail.
The wobbly rail. Oh my god, that's his specialty. He's one of the only ones that can do the 720 whip rewind. 540 flare, I believe it's the first one of the competition so far. Front scooter whip. Manual and front flip. Oh no! He was so close to get it. He got it yesterday, I believe, or 2 days ago.
The Terminator was dominating up until the last seconds.
If he would have landed this, he would have probably got on top of the ranking for sure.
But he hit some unique obstacles. He hit the rainbow rail in the middle, and he did a gap to the wobbly rail. And during the inline skating finals, my commentator, Freddie White, he said, that is an insane rail to land on because it's so wobbly. You have to ride it all the way out.
Yeah, exactly. You have to be so precise on where you land. Oh my god, this is beautiful. Perfectly landed as well. There's the wobbly rail. It's so difficult on that to grind that rail. It's really not stable at all. Wow, so much control. 720 whip rewind. Still got a smile on his face. 81.66 for Roomet Saalik. Goes to 5th place.
So still Calum Connor with the cast in that first spot.
Then we got Timon Pharabod, Esteban, and Mr. Nelson from Canada.
And we got the brother of Timon Pharabod,
Fantin.
Oh, and he's hyped to drop in.
Straight on the step up, backflip, bar spin to bar spin. 50-50 on that small ledge. Oh my god, he almost fell. Downside, heel whip, bar spin. Oh my god, where did that heel whip come from? He's the only one I've seen doing this so far. So much control. Frontside, scooter flip, kick, whip. Flare, oh my god, flare, bar twist to whip, I believe. Feeble heel whip is going with the scooter flip. And a little double bar spin at the end.
There's no more gas in the tank for Fantin Pharabod. He went all in.
It's very hot on the skate park. The black paint makes it really, really, really hot for the riders. They've been already riding for an hour to train, so it's these are perfect conditions, but also very difficult.
It's the hottest time of the day here in Montpellier.
There we see the whip, rewind, backward. Oh!
Bit of a nose manual.
It would have been crazy if this was intentional. 50-50, going backwards on the box. That's so crazy. We got the rider. Unfortunately, he broke his ankle before, during the training, so he could not compete. He did that trick, this kind of scooter flip with a bar spin in the air 2 years ago. And it started a trend. And we got Fantin with 84.65, just ahead of Roomet Saalik. Next, we got Jamie Hull from the UK. He's been riding for a very long time. He's very used to competition.
So will we have Jamie Hull jumping into one of those top spots? Is UK gonna dominate this competition?
They're usually at the top, but let's see.
We'll see what Jamie Hall will have to say about that.
Okay, he's getting a lot of speed to go on the step up. Huge backflip, Superman double finger whip. Going back on the box, kickless and rewind afterwards. Oh, flare double whip. Downside finger whip. Going on the spine, bar to whip. Double backflip, double whip. I told you he would do a double backflip. But he added tail whips in it, which is just insane. Frontside flare. Oh, he's just so good. He's the only one to do double flips with whips inside in competitions. And front flip on the box with almost no speed, which is so hard to do.
That's what's all muscle power.
Exactly. And it's again a perfect run. That was a solid run. I know he still got some tricks in the bag that he probably keeps them for run number 2.
Merci.
Saying merci. We're saying merci to Jamie as well for that.
Thanks for the show. Oh, was it triple tail whip?
Oh, we're gonna have to need the super slow one.
Yeah, exactly. He's so quick with his tail whips.
Front flare.
Fast spin front flare and the front flip on the box. A lot of upside down tricks. That's his specialty.
He needed all his popping power to throw himself into that front flip, putting him into the second spot, right behind Calum Connor.
90. Crazy. It's so, we haven't seen a lot of people ranking so high at FISE this year. In mini ramp, it was I think there was only one person in the 90 points. So seeing 2% for their first run in the finals already with more than 90 points is crazy.
But we still have 3 more riders to go in the first run of this Scootering Pro Tour Men's Park Final.
There's a new name at FISE. And you will see why he deserves to be there. Dropping with a bar spin. Okay, I can't tell you exactly what that was. It was so quick, but it was really crazy.
There was a lot of whipping and flipping going on there.
He's continuing with the tail grab to bar spin. 540 flare, perfectly landed. He goes on the box with, oh my god, oh, that was extremely ambitious. I have never seen that trick landed in a competition before. Hope he didn't hurt himself, but nothing front scooter flip to bri flip, I believe. Front bri.
Was that one of the overhead tricks you were talking about?
Yes, exactly, yeah. He's basically, the first trick in that combo, he just throws his scooter and he doesn't touch it anymore. The scooter does a front flip, catches it, and then throws it again for another front bri flip. But I need to be sure, I need to look at the replay to be sure that's the trick. So as judges, we know exactly what the tricks are. It's just so difficult to call the names because there's so many tricks. So obviously, we can rank them, but probably not call them as fast. There he goes. Oh, there was a tail whip as well. I don't know if it was intentional, but it was an inward tail whip after the nothing front scooter flip, which is extremely technical. So many things can go wrong, as we've seen just now.
Just that first part of the trick, throwing your scooter
and then catching it.
And catching it. We've seen this in BMX as well. You need to throw it in the right way so you don't throw it away from you, but you need that rotation as well.
Yeah, and that trick actually comes from Scootering for once. Yeah, Ryan Williams took all these scooter tricks to BMX, and now we've seen crazy BMX tricks that look like.
I think Ryan is competing in the best trick BMX.
Can't wait to see that. I hope he does. He told me he wasn't sure, but I hope he does.
But first, Jayden Sharman.
Oh my, he's a backflip combo guy. He does so many tricks in backflips, so much control. As you can see, he catches it perfectly into the quarter of the fun box. 540 flare bar spin, look how clean that is. So many rewinds, so many whips. And that's his signature trick. Ooh, I hope he didn't hurt himself too bad.
Looks like Jayden is okay. He's still walking.
He hit his head pretty hard. His leg too, apparently, but I hope he's going to be able to do a second run.
Because he was completely upside down in that last trick.
He was upside down. He basically did a front scooter flip in the back flip and then a buttercup, the trick we talked about earlier. And that's his signature. I believe he won best trick a few years ago at FISE with this trick. He was the first one to ever do it. And now he can do it at competition. He did it during the trainings, but we definitely want to see him land it during his second run. So many rewinds when the deck is going one way and then he kicks it to send it to the other way. And there we see the crash. Look at the front, Brian. The scooter doesn't move. He does. And he actually landed it. But his feet were just too much in the front of the deck. And unfortunately, when the toes touch the floor, it stops you right away. And it can be nasty. I hope he's okay. 58.04 for Jayden Sharman.
And the crowd is going wild for this 5-time world champion, 3-time European champion, British national champion. You might have seen him in his documentary on Amazon Prime. The biggest name here at FISE Montpellier.
Jayden Clark, 5 times world champion, ready to do his first run. He's a very fast rider, as you can see. Oh my God, I cannot believe it, he did it again. Fast plant double front flip. He's the only one to do this ever at competitions. Why? We got a front scooter flip. Oh! And that's the crash for Jayden Clark. If there's something I know about him, is that if he crashes, he gets angry for the second run and usually lands everything. I hope it's going to be the case. It's always tough to not land the first run. The pressure is on.
Will Jayden Clark be back for redemption in its second run? He was going so fast, performing so strong in the first seconds.
Look at this double front flip. It's so difficult. There's a reason why he's one of the only ones in the world to ever do this. He's one of the best at competitions. And here is the crash. Judge are going to be quite... Yeah, exactly. 47.96 for Jayden Clark.
Look at that crowd here on the river banks of the River Lez in Montpellier.
Can we drop in now?
Next we got Calum for his second run. Actually, at the moment he's leading, so he has probably less pressure than the others, but still the pressure is on because he's going to want to improve that score in case someone else does a better run.
So after the first run, this is the current score that we have. All these riders still have the right to a second run to improve on that score, because still on top is Calum Connor, followed by Jamie Hall and Timon Pharabod. Let's have a look at all the action that happened in the first runs of these athletes. We're back at FISE Montpellier 2024 for the FISE Worlds, for the Scootering Pro Tour Men's Park Final. My name is Egon, and I'm still here with Benjamin Friand, our expert on scooter.
So we've seen some pretty crazy tricks for the first runs. Last year's ranking was, I think it was Chris Ferris, which stops competition, that won FISE. He retired now from the professional scooter riding. And now we got Calum for his second run, going straight again on the spine. I cannot tell if he did the transfer from the 2, but if it did, that's absolutely mental. Again, he does the cash roll backwards on the fun box. Still perfectly landed. Double heel whip to double tail. Oh my, no way. That is crazy. 360 backflip. I believe it was tail whip to heel whip, something like this. He continues with the buttercup. And 540 flare. Obviously that crash is going to cost him a lot, but he's already got one good run in the bag.
We'll see what the judges have to say about Calum's crash in between his run. He still keeps on going, doing it for the crowd.
And again, he lands the 720 front flip perfectly.
He did that for the love of the sport. For all the fans here at FISE Montpellier.
It's absolutely crazy that, I mean, I've never heard about him until FISE. And now he shows up and destroys all competitions.
This is a very special FISE. We've been seeing this in every competition here. We get all these new names trying to get their name out there and impressing the crowds. Look at that.
Yeah. And he goes with the huge front right, double heel whip, kick, double tail whip. There we can see it clearly. 540 flare, keeps the speed. It's very difficult to keep the speed after a 540 flare because it's a very dangerous and technical trick. Buttercup. And buttercups are always used to fill a run and to keep the speed because it's easy to control them. Once we know how to do them, that we can control them and go super high with that trick.
So we're gonna stick with the new guy, Calum Connor's first run, the 91.44. Next up, Montpellier local Timon Pharabod. He got the 10th spot here last year, currently still on the podium with the 3rd spot. Can he
improve
keep that place or even improve?
That would be great. And there he's dropping in on the spine. Again he goes, oh no.
Oh no, this can't be happening.
Yeah, even though he had that trick every time at the trainings, but it's very hot here. Whip backside lip slide. That's actually very good in competition like that. Judges are gonna like this. And double flare. So many riders can do them now. They do them just like this, but it's still an extremely difficult and dangerous trick. And that's for the crowd. Front scooter with flat. He's still got one good run anyway, so he was not able to improve it, but I'm not too worried. He's gonna stay on top of the ranking with that run, the previous one.
Looks like Timon went all in on his first run.
He just over-rotated and went a little bit too far. That's why he landed at the bottom and yeah, couldn't land it. Perfectly controlled. Whip backside lip slide on the ledge, and there we have the double flare.
Look how he compresses his body.
It's like a small bowl of muscle to spin fast. I was talking with one of the riders yesterday that can do double flares, and he actually told me that the impact of a double flare is really intense for the body. And you feel it not right away, but because of the adrenaline, but a few minutes later.
Next one. He got the 2nd place last year.
He's got the talent to become first.
Esteban Clot. He knows what the podium is like.
Oh yeah, he's very used to being on the podium. He's been improving every year with crazy tricks, and he's one of the riders that goes the highest. His amplitude is absolutely crazy. To get more amplitude, you need more speed. That's why he's on the fence, ready to drop in. And there he goes. Huge transfer from spine to spine. Goes with double inward and lands on the step up. Goes back. Are we going to see? Yes, the cash run again, and lands it perfectly.
Come on, Esteban.
Continues, definitely going up his game. 540 flare. That's so crazy. He keeps going. Front flip, front right, lands it perfectly. And then he continues. He doesn't stop. Keeping the hype up. Alley-oop flare. Going back on the big quarter pipe. And he goes for the double flare as well. And he lands it perfectly. And a small feeble to end his run. You can tell he's happy. That was an insane run. Oh my God.
Letting out all those emotions. Esteban Clot, he can smell the podium. He has that podium experience. And with this run, he might be able to jump on the podium again and do even better than he did last year.
Oh, I can't wait to see his score. He's very happy, as you can see.
Like, all the cameramen are impressed as well.
Yeah.
All the photographers.
There we see the slow motion from one spine to the other, and it's so insane he can keep that speed and still do a crazy trick afterwards. Double inward, that's his specialty. And then we see the double flare really high on the quarter pipe as his last trick. Inward front flip. This trick is so crazy. It's so unnatural already to do a front flip, but do an inward, which will even stop the rotation more and still land it, is crazy.
So if he can break the 90-point barrier, he gets back to that second place, that silver medal from last year. But if he goes over the 91 and put...
Oh my God, 92.44. He's in first place. That must feel great for Esteban. He's been wanting that first place so bad in park.
And then people in Montpellier losing it. And is that Nicholas Nelson standing on top of the Nissan sponsor car?
He's always trying to drop off things.
Up next from Canada, from the yellow car, from Toronto,
I don't think you can realize how high that actually is. And he's like, I can't believe he's gonna drop this. Oh my God, no! Oh! That was so crazy. That's like a 4 meters gap. So
and he did that of the title sponsor's car. I hope he didn't put a dent into it. If anyone at Nissan is watching, we're terribly sorry. And he's gonna do it again?
That's probably the best promotion they can get. And he's going back on the car. He's always dropping off things. It's so crazy. Oh my God, he landed it! That's so crazy. I can't believe he actually did it. And still continuing his run. And no!
That does not happen.
Every year we got someone jumping into the water. He knew he couldn't finish really his run because he fell.
Our first rider on the live stream that jumped into the water of the River Les. It's Nicholas Nelson.
What a way to finish his run. What a way.
He might not be the winner of this Scootering Pro Tour's final, but he is the winner of impressing and entertaining the crowd by jumping from the Nissan car and then jumping from the jump box into the River Les.
And it's actually really high. I hope we'll see how high that is. Oh my God! The quarter pipe is so small for such a drop, and he still lands it perfectly and keep the speed. It's so, you see how high that is?
He actually kept his feet on as he was landing. That's extra points for execution as well.
Definitely. So crazy. Every year someone
He's
jumps.
still swimming. Wait, where do I get out of this pool?
Exactly. Oh my God, people are gonna remember that for sure.
That's gonna be in the FISE highlights, definitely.
So now we just waiting for the
Oh, now back to Roomet. Roomet very focused.
We're just waiting for
He knows he has to perform.
The Estonian Terminator.
He can do it. He was so many times so close to the podium, and I know he wants it. He wants FISE for sure.
All right. We're gonna keep the same
Thinking about his run. He got a solid run. Solid first run, but his first run can be a lot crazier. He's got it. The crowd cheering, they know they're gonna see some show. And there he drops. Huge flare bar spin. I believe there was a bar spin there between the two quarter pipes. And again, he does the, I believe it's front board to whip. 360 double tail whip to no-hander. Continues on the step down. Little nose money there. Again, bar spin, board slide. It's so, you can fall so easily on such tricks and he still manages to land it. There, I believe he was missing a little bit of speed. That's why he fell, could not quite finish the rotation.
But he's getting all the love from the crowd here in Montpellier, all the love from you watching at home as well.
He loves to entertain everyone, so he'd probably do the trick he missed before. Manual front flip and lands it. It's too bad he didn't land it for his first run, but he does it for the crowd. What a showman.
Impressive trick, shifting the weight from that back wheel, that manual, into a front flip.
It seemed impossible until he did it. It's so crazy. It's really, the front flips are so difficult already on a scooter, and he does it from a manual. Wow. Front board, tail whip there, 360. His feet came out of the deck a little bit, but still managed to land it. And there we can see he was lacking a little bit of height on the step up. And there you see it. His front wheel doesn't even touch the floor before he does a front flip. Everything on the back wheel. And Roomet, of course, we're gonna keep his first run. Next we got Fantin Pharabod, the local, getting ready to improve his run, his score.
He's already doing better than last year when he finished 11th. And now he's here in the top 10, already in that 6th spot.
He went from 2 years ago, he competed in amateur. Last year started competing in pro, and this year might be on the podium. What a progression from Fantin.
Already put on a great show in the Spine Ramp finals as well. Now he's back here on the Scootering Pro Tour Park Final.
Waiting for the start.
The French flag on his shoulder. Will we see another French podium?
And here he goes, heading straight for the step up. Huge backflip bar spin. Goes with a 50-50 on the ledge and then backwards. Rewind. Landed a little bit low, so he's lost a lot of speed. He needs to keep going, but he needs the crowd to cheer him up. Come on, Fantin, come on. He's gonna go for something crazy. What? I don't think we've ever seen that before, ever.
Was that a world's first?
I think so. If he manages to land it, that would be a world first. He wants to stop his run. But the crowd wants him to try again. 4 seconds left.
I mean, it's insane to land a world's first trick
in a competition.
Yeah, I mean, some riders will post a trick that they've done on wood, on concrete as a first time, but doing that with the pressure of a competition.
Sometimes it helps people, but in some intents, it puts too much pressure. There he lands a little bit low. It was hard for him to continue. Then there he goes. Just, oh my God, just before he did the heel whip, and then now he tried to actually kick it with the fingers. Finger whip, that's called. Now his first run will be the score that will be kept for the global ranking. Jamie Hull with a score of 93rd position at the moment, and he goes for his second run on the step up. Huge backflip Superman, double finger whip, heel whip to whip, downside heel whip to whip, kick, rewind, sorry, down the step down, and he goes with a big flare triple whip, continues with the downside finger whip, and he goes on the fun box with a double backflip triple whip on double tail whip. I can't tell, it's so big. It's absolutely mental that he can do it in competition. Fast front flare on the quarter pipe, and he continues keeping the hype up. Buttercup, that's a very, very solid run, and he does with a little kickless too bad. Oh my God, front flip, double and triple whip. I don't know if it was in time, I'm not sure.
Looks like it was on the buzzer. Jamie Hall. He broke the 90-point barrier in his first run. Came in 4th last year at FISE Montpellier.
He needs 92 point something to be the leader, and there you see the double backflip, double tail whip, or triple. I still didn't have time to count. And there, small trick to get some speed to go on the fun box, and there, fast blunt front flare. So he puts a foot down actually to start the rotation. It's a very unnatural rotation, which is very difficult to do. And there, the front flip.
Look how low he had to go to catch his deck.
It's so crazy that he can do front flip with almost no speed.
Now, we still have 3 riders after Jamie that want to have a chance at that podium.
Yeah.
We're going to have Nils, Jayden, and Jordan, who are sitting in the last spots right now because of a small error in their run.
There we see the judges. We see the judges judging. It's very difficult to judge the pro section because obviously everyone's so good. And he gets a score of 90. Oh no, that's the score that is kept, I believe.
Score?
Or that is the same score.
Getting the same
So
score.
that's the same score? Yeah. Oh, okay. The first one's the yellow one, the second one's the white. Oh, what up?
Wait for the update. All right.
He's questioning the scoring on his second run.
All right, keep it the third place.
That's up to the judges.
Yeah, definitely. We sometimes, it's very difficult for sometimes the riders to understand. Obviously, we know, we've seen it, we've seen the runs, and it's extreme. There's so many factors when we rank something.
It could have been the style, could have been the execution,
Exactly.
the landings,
Yeah.
but now it's up for Nils Qvarford.
And there he goes, heading for it. Step up. Oh my God, again he goes for an insane backflip combo. Going from the upper quarter pipe to the lower one with a big scooter flip. Tail grab to bar spin. It's very nice to see riders still do grabs at competitions. It's very old school. Oh, very old school. It's old school. But we don't see them enough. He goes with kicklesses. And there he goes. Oh my God, with the front. Nothing front scoot to front right. And so with a double overhead afterwards, he keeps going. Come on, Nils. Keep the speed. Your run is not finished. You still got 40 seconds. Flare! Oh my God, this is gonna be... This is an insane run. This is really crazy. Finishing with a double flare like this, a run, will definitely give him extra points.
And as you just mentioned, the forces that your body have to absorb are insane on those double flares.
And that's why it's very difficult to continue. People tend to do it, the riders tend to do it at the end of their runs because it really takes a toll on your body.
Takes all the energy out, but Nils did it still with a couple of seconds on the clock in his second run.
And we needed a perfect second run. He did it. There you see, it's a crazy backflip combo. Going with a buttercup, actually. That was a buttercup from one quarter to the other. There, double air whip kickless on the spine. And there he goes with a nothing front scooter flip to front bry. These two tricks, the first trick itself is already extremely difficult, but adding another front bry, it's so crazy. I'm very curious to see the score he's gonna get.
So Nils made a small mistake in his first run, which gave him 58.62 points. To get on to the podium, he would need a 90.01. If he wants to jump to the first place, he's gonna need a 92.45. So Nils must be on deck, standing next to the monitor with the leaderboard.
The pressure is on.
Esteban still in the hot seat.
Oh my God, third place for Nils.
Just a 0.02 difference with Calum Connor, but he jumps over Jamie Hall.
That's really crazy. It's Jamie Hall, like last year, actually ends up in 4th place for the moment. Next we got Jayden Sharman, currently standing at the 9th place. Crashed in his first run. He was 7th last year. Hopefully he can do a better run for his second run. He can do it. And he's dropping it now. Heading again on the step up. Oh my God, he led it perfectly, didn't lose any speed. Going back with a huge buttercup backwards on the front box. And there he goes, 540 flare bar spin. I believe that's where he crashed in his first run. Oh my God, none of that, that's where he crashed actually, I remember now.
But he keeps it going, come on Jayden.
Keeps it going. Double flare, and his run is not even finished. Still going in. Oh my God! Front flare without fast plan, without touching the floor. It's such a difficult trick. Front flare are so unnatural, and the fact that he does it even without pushing with his foot on the quarter pipe is just crazy. I believe we saw. We're gonna see it on the replay, but we saw a backflip inwards, double tail whip on the fun box. So there he goes. So many tricks in one single backflip. Then going with a bright flip, 2 tail whip, there, rewind, rewind, double tail whip. He can do them so easily. There, oh, flare, heel whip, double tail whip, kickless double tail whip, and the huge double flare, landing perfectly, keep getting some speed to do his last trick. That was crazy. That was a perfect run for Jayden Sharman. He's gonna improve his score. Let's see.
Compared to last year, if he wants the 7th spot again, he'll need an 84.66. Podium, 91.43. And that first spot at 92.45.
I feel the judges right now. I really feel the judges. It's extremely difficult to judge when all these riders are so good and they put out perfect runs. And he goes to 2nd place with a 92.20. Crazy. Definitely a lot better than last year. 2nd place for Jayden Sharman. He must be quite happy right now.
Now we still have one more rider who can have a shot at reclaiming the throne from Esteban Clot, the 5-time world champion, Jordan Clark.
And there he goes, Jordan Clark. Straight with a double front flip on the step up. It's so crazy. He goes with a flare bar twist on the quarter pipe, going down 360 heel whip to bar spin. It's so insane. He doesn't stop. Front scooter flip on the quarter pipe, 540 bar spin. We haven't seen any 540s yet in this competition. He's the only one that do them. Front right, 2 whip. Oh my God, 360 front flip, or cash roll we call them. That buttercup was really crazy. He's the only one to get them so good. Oh my God, flare inward. And 540 flare, that's a perfect run so far for Jayden Clark, super fast. And he goes with a 5! Oh, sorry, yeah, that was a front flare, sorry. I'm getting confused, so many tricks in one single run. So crazy, such a perfect run from Jayden Clark. As he knows how to do that. That was really crazy. He's the only one in the whole world to do double front flips into a run. And as a first trick as well, so many things can go wrong with such a big risk.
We saw that in his first run, Jayden had a bit of a slip up on one of his tricks. Came back in the second run, but will it be enough to sweep away the competition in this final? We still have Esteban Clot in the hot seat. But Jayden Clark just came and saw, but did he conquer?
Double front flip, there you see it on the step up. Buttercup, I don't know, I don't even know how that trick is called. He's the only one that do them in competitions. There he goes, front right, late whip on the spine. Such a beautiful trick, landed perfectly in the quarter pipe, super technical. Most of the trick he does are completely unnatural. That's why it's so difficult, and that's why he's used to winning. He's the only one that can do these. Now we're waiting. Esteban must be under a lot of pressure right now. There we see him.
Is this FISE winner of the scooter contest gonna be a French local or the 5 times world champion?
The suspense is there. Judges want to make sure to do the right decision.
The French commentators next to us, they're going crazy.
91.43 is in 4th place. That means Esteban Clot is the winner of this 2024 FISE edition. Oh my God, he must be so happy right now. Jayden Clark, unfortunately, is not on the podium this year. Look at the crowd going crazy for their local rider. He's so happy. He wanted it for so long, and now he has it. Look at him. He's gonna go and jump in. Dante's arm, Dante, previous world champion. Everybody's so happy. So much hard work put all these years into his riding to improve. There we see the French crew.
He's already celebrating, but we still need to do that podium ceremony.
I can imagine. He's been talking to me about it. It's a dream come true right now. Winning FISE at home is just an unbelievable dream that just came true. Gets the congratulations from JD.
This FISE has been wild so far. And now we have another French winner here.
He's gonna take some time to realize what happened, I'm pretty sure.
So here we have the final results, the final top 10 of this FISE 2024 Scootering Pro Tour Men's Park Final. We have Calum Connor, the newcomer, on the FISE podium. Jayden Sharman jumping from the 7th spot last year to the 2nd this year. And Esteban, who came from redemption from last year, winning this competition.
What a competition. What a podium. Absolutely crazy. I believe it's the first time that...
But now, FISE World Series is back next year, next October, excuse me.
In 2024, we're in Shanghai.
We're going going back to the course and listen to what JD has to say about all these riders that gave it their best shot and honored them in the prize ceremony.
We're just waiting for the okay. On attend juste qu'ils vous donnent le go. Dans 30 secondes, mesdames et messieurs. Dans 30 secondes, on va l'annoncer. Le podium officiel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back right now with our top 3 finalists. We got the podium, and it was a really hard decision for my judges, but they're here, right now. Third place, we have Calum Connor. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have the second place with his crazy and insane lines. We have Jayden Sharman.
Another rider from the UK on the podium. But all that UK power wasn't enough.
It's so crazy that Calum just came out of nowhere to FISE and ended up 3rd place for his first year. I'm really looking forward to see more of him in the next years.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the rider who made it to the first place for this FISE Montpellier 2024, sorry. All right, let me go again. Ladies and gentlemen, first place, number 1, FISE Montpellier 2024 from Montpellier, Esteban Clot. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Calum Connor, 3rd place. Round of applause for Jayden Sharman, 2nd place. And round of applause for 1st place, Esteban Clot. Mesdames et messieurs, on a un podium international avec un Français en première place qui nous vient de Montpellier, Esteban Clot, catégorie professionnelle au Freestyle Park.
And we got a French guy, local boy, Esteban Clot in 1st place.
Must be incredible to win
Ne
in your
partez
own
pas, mesdames et
hometown.
messieurs. On n'a pas fini.
Absolutely,
The
absolutely.
show must go on. Ok, Esté, félicitations pour ta première place. La première chose que j'ai envie de te dire, comment est-ce que tu te sens là tout de suite là?
How do you feel,
Je me sens super
Esteban?
bien.
Obviously, it
Je
feels
me
good.
rappelle en 2019, j'ai fait ma première compète au FISE World ici à Montpellier.
2019 was
J'avais
his
13
first
ans,
FISE competition.
j'avais fini 5e et aujourd'hui j'arrive enfin à ce que je voulais faire.
He got 5th and now
Première
today
place.
he's 1st.
Merci à Ethique, merci à la famille, merci à tous mes potes qui sont là. Je les
he's
oublierai
thanking his
jamais.
family.
Merci à tout le monde. Grosse force à vous.
And all his friends, obviously.
Ah mais franchement, on est tous admiratifs de ton parcours, on est tous fiers de toi. On t'a vu là, envoyer là, toutes ces figures là. Qu'est-ce que tu t'es dit là, surtout là au deuxième run? Est-ce que tu t'attendais là à ce résultat?
Were you expecting it?
Alors je pense qu'aux yeux de tout le monde, je n'étais pas le favori. Aux yeux des qualifications et de la demi-finale.
You thought it was not the
Mais
favorite?
j'avais un run en tête en finale et si c'est mon premier run, j'allais le faire en 2e.
Et le deuxième run, il est passé comme je voulais.
Yeah, he did two amazing runs, and he's super happy about it. Yeah.
Attends, qu'est-ce qu'on peut te souhaiter pour la suite là? Parce que là, tu viens de nous faire là
What can we wish you next
ta première place
after this
ici
win at
au
FISE?
FISE de Montpellier. Qu'est-ce qui t'attend là pour la suite là? Qu'est-ce qu'on peut t'espérer pour la suite?
Bah, tout d'abord, ça me tenait à cœur de gagner cette compétition. Je voulais gagner le FISE. Ça a été réalisé. J'espère que je vais le regagner encore quelques fois. Parce que c'est une sensation que j'ai envie de revivre déjà. Ça fait déjà 5 minutes, mais j'ai déjà envie de le revivre. Et être champion du monde, ce serait déjà un bel accomplissement aussi. De là où je suis parti, et voilà, j'espère que je finirai encore plus haut.
You've seen his way from the beginning until now, and it was a lot of hard work, and he's super happy about everything that's been happening.
On fait du bruit, un tonnerre d'applaudissements pour Esteban Clot. Et il a envie de vous dire quelque chose encore.
He has the last
À
message.
l'année prochaine, merci au World Skate, merci au FISE World, éthique, à tout le monde, et à l'année prochaine. Ciao, ciao.
I don't think I need to translate this. I think you understood.
We'll see him next year. He wants to thank FISE and the city of Montpellier. And we want to do it as well. We want to thank the city of Montpellier, Cité Métropole de Montpellier, and the region of Occitanie here in France for sponsoring this event and making this all possible, and getting Hurricane Parks out here as well to build all these beautiful courses. Benjamin, you've done a great job at commentating. I want to thank you for that.
Thank you for leading me into this.
I hope to see you next year at another FISE Montpellier in the scooter finals.
Let's hope.
We still have one more live event going on later on, the BMX Flatland final. We hope to see you there, and we hope to see you at another FISE Montpellier. See ya!